Currently, we have 196 participants, and they are joining in still. Now we are at 197. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining in this workshop. Welcome to TeamLease. Today we have Sahil, who is our experienced instructor in the area of ETL and visualization tool. He is one of the expert instructor who has been delivering the training programs for the corporates, right? Like Cognizant, like the Capgemini, DXC, TCS, Fujitsu, right? Sony Softwares, and etc. He has more than 10 years of experience of the industry, and he's delivering these trainings, and not only delivering the trainings on these areas. He's also a part of the consultancy services, wherein he's consulting the customers in these spaces. So now I'm handing over this to Sahil, so that he can start his presentation and give you know take you through with the Power BI workshop. We have scheduled this workshop for 1 hour, and we are structured like 45 to 50 minutes. Sahil will uh, demonstrate about the Power BI concepts and etc. And then after he will also take you through with the practical part of it, in terms of how the Power BI will look like, how we can use it, and all of this. And then you can feel free to write any questions right in the chat window, or if you want, I can allow you to talk to Sahil as well. I would request you to please use this time as your best capability, so that you will learn about the Power BI concepts. Suppose that, right, you can decide for the further workshops and etc. Thank you so much. Now I'm going on mute, and I'm allowing Sahil to really present his screen and take them through without wasting the time. Thank you so much. Sahil, over to you, please.
Yeah, surely, Dinesh. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dinesh, for the introduction. Hey, hi, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. As Dinesh said, that this is going to be a free workshop on Power BI. During this next 45 minutes to 50 minutes time, we'll be discussing about capabilities of Power BI, what its origination, how it has been done, what is the market size, and before that, just to give you confident about my experience, I'll just share, details with you as well. So as you already know my name by now, Sahil. I have more than 13 years of experience into the industry. I'm a Power BI certified instructor. And apart from that, I hold different other certifications into the area of Microsoft Azure as well. So in terms of delivering the training, there are the few of the customers which I'm presenting here. As Dinesh just said, either it's Ericsson, DXC, Deloitte, Capgemini. I have delivered, I would say, more than 10,000, have trained more than 10,000 professionals into the field of data visualization in Power BI. And yeah, this is a great journey. It is great for everyone to learn Power BI, that how Microsoft has evolved such a tool in the last 10 years of time, and it has become such a mainstream platform now for everyone to learn. And either you come from a field of business analysts, or you come from a field of data analytics, or you are just starting your journey into the field of BI. Power BI is your go-to tool, right? So going further, let's deep dive into what is about Power BI, and then we'll have a demonstration about it as well. Okay, where we will showcase you what kind of a dashboards and reports you can build when you use the Power BI, right? So guys, any questions, anytime, feel free to use the chat window. I'll keep an eye on that as well, so that you will have, the details on your side. So as I said, Microsoft Power BI is a tool developed by Microsoft Hero, and the tool is in the industry from the late 2015, I would say. It is completing its 10-year journey. And trust me, in the last 10 years, it is now standing as one of the most used tool. And it's not just me who is saying that, it is the Gartner report. which gives you the insights about, the different data analytics and the business, visualization tools. And Microsoft is a leader now. Okay, Microsoft is a leader, and that showcase their commitment towards, bringing new features, and the community support of the Microsoft Power BI is great, right? And it is one tool which where you can, connect with more than 100 plus different data sources. You have more than 200 plus different sort of visualizations certified by Microsoft, and you have the option to publish your reports on the cloud. So in today's time, as everything is moving to the cloud, so it becomes very important for us, to look for a tool which is cloud, sufficient as well. So having said that, and at the same time, if you're looking for a security and looking for an on-prem solution, Microsoft Power BI has everything in its own. It supports the solution which is cloud-based and on-premise as well. Now, either you have a data in a simple Microsoft Excel workbook, or you are dealing with a large, data system which is in Azure cloud, or it is in Excel, or your any another third-party data source, you have a connector available with the Microsoft Power BI. And the beauty is Microsoft Power BI Desktop, which is a client tool, and Microsoft Power BI Cloud, which we in short call it as powerbi.com. They work seamlessly with each other. You need an internet to access, and the Power BI Desktop works, offline as well. So let's say that when you are creating a report and you don't have access to the data set, so it's not that you will not be able to work, you still can work it, because Microsoft Power BI ecosystem is like that, that you will allow to store the data in its in memory database. So having said that, as you can see a quick glimpse about it, that it can connect to the cloud, it can connect to the browser-based API databases, it can connect to the Microsoft Access databases, Excel, SQL Server, and another different data sources which we have. And finally, you can create, these kind of reports and the dashboard. Now, the another beauty of Microsoft Power BI is that you don't, even if you are not there from a coding background, you don't need to worry about it, because Power BI is self-sufficient, which helps you in just by dragging and dropping and, creating the multiple reports. If you have the basic knowledge about how a visualization, it works perfectly, right? Moving further, then what we have is we have the main concepts of,
Sahil, just a second. Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you between. Guys, hope you are able to hear him properly. Please raise your hand. Thank you, Snehal. Thank you. And I would urge you to please, raise your query and concern in the chat window if you have. Please feel free and use this time to learn Power BI. Thank you so much. Sorry, Sahil, please proceed.
totally. Now, when we talk about the key features of Power BI, right, and understand that when we talk about the features of Power BI, we're talking about as a Power BI, Microsoft Power BI as a whole ecosystem, okay? And there are the different tools which is available into this ecosystem. First one is Power BI Desktop, which is your on-premise tool, which will be showcasing you in a while that, you can create a dashboard and report. And then there is a Power BI Cloud. Then we have the data gateways using which we will sync the on-premise data with the cloud, okay? And at the same time, we have the Power BI mobile app using which you can access your reports and dashboard into, on the go itself. And then if you want to, if you are heavy on Azure platform, then you can integrate, different data sources also with your Azure. And at the same time, if you're looking to schedule the reports, automation, etc., right? Then all those things can be done in the Power BI ecosystem itself. So that showcase that, the visibility what Microsoft have when they created the Power BI, and it is based on the Power Query. Okay, if you've heard the term Power Query before, right? So it's basically in the Microsoft Power BI desktop itself, you can connect to the data source. Okay. And after you connect to the data source, you don't have to worry about having any external tool to clean the data, right? Example, traditionally what happens is we will have an ETL tool, or we will depend on the SQL, and then you need to have the knowledge of either SQL, or you will use Python to clean the data. But with having the Power BI with you can clean the data into that ecosystem by just dragging, dropping, right click, left click, and Microsoft will generate, Power BI will generate that Power Query, and with the minimum knowledge of the syntax, you have the clean data, you can combine the data, transform the data, which is necessity when you deal with the hybrid data sources. Then on the top, how does Power BI handle such a large amount of the data, which gives us the faster calculation? It works because we have the data modeling, which is being done with the help of Power BI desktop. We can create between the relationship between the multiple tables, and there is something called calculations in the DAX, which stands for data analysis expression. Again, learning DAX is very easy, guys. I mean, you can just, if you have the basic syntax, and then it is very easy, and then you can create your reports, calculations, etc. Now another, as I said, right, Power BI, sorry, about the Power BI cloud, which helps you in providing the real-time analysis to your data. You can publish multiple reports to your Power BI cloud, and you are sitting anywhere in the world and you can access your report. So that becomes the beauty of having the Power BI cloud. And to work with this, as we said, the DAX is important because it is a data analysis expression using which, like, you want to do any calculations, you want to find the total, you want to do find the aggregate, let's say you want to find out how many students were available, etc. So all those calculations which someone can imagine while they create a report can be handled just inside the Power BI itself. You don't need any another database to store the data. You don't need to worry about writing, any complex logics in your queries, because everything is being available in one place inside the Power BI. And as the last, as I said, Power BI Mobile, which is available both on Android, Windows, and the iOS platform. Download, login, and you can see your reports. You can share it with let's say that you want to share it over WhatsApp, or you want to comment and tag your colleagues. Everything is done, and that makes this the one complete ecosystem, which helps about Power BI becoming one of the industry leader. Then when we talk about the key components of Power BI, right, there, as I said earlier, there is a Power BI desktop. So I have said a lot about the Power BI desktop again and again, right? And you must be curious, what is this Power BI desktop? So let me reveal you what is Power BI desktop now. This is your Power BI desktop. If you will see now, in my system, as I've already have installed the Power BI desktop, what you can do is it is again a Windows application. You can download from, it's free, it is free software which can be downloaded from the Microsoft website. You don't need to pay for any licensing fees. And once you have downloaded and installed your Power BI desktop in your system, you can start immediately by creating your report. So example, once this is on, see how simple it is that you click on a blank report, and after that, what you need to do is you just need to choose. It take a couple of seconds to open, and what you need to do is, so this is how your Power BI desktop will look like when you start building the reports. You can see that on your right hand side, you have the option, whatever the data set you're going to bring, it will be available here. In terms of connectivity, you can see that it's all, clickable. Every options which you see is clickable. You can just with the help of a click and drag and drop, you can connect to more than 100 plus data sources, and you can work on that, right? So having said that, this basically what I was talking about, when we talk about the, sorry, when we talk about the Power BI ecosystem. So you can see that you have the option to connect with the Excel, you have the option to connect with the, folder data, JSON, you want to connect with different on-prem cloud, multiple data sources are available. Coming back to the slide. So this is the first thing which we have in our ecosystem, which is Power BI Desktop, a Windows application for building reports and models. Then the next what we have is we have powerbi.com. What is a powerbi.com is? Let me showcase you. So this is your powerbi.com now, which Microsoft has recently renamed as, Microsoft Fabric. And how does it work is that with the help of powerbi.com, whatever the reports you have published now using your whatever the reports you have created using your Power BI using your Power BI desktop, you'll be able to publish in the cloud. So when you publish into the cloud, you will get access to your dedicated workspace. An example, let's say that, you have created a report here in your test workspace. And with that particular report, you can see there is a demo report which I have created earlier. And this report I can share with all of my colleagues inside and outside the organization. This is very basic, but the idea is that, this gives you that interactive information about the platform, so that everything which is available can be displayed. For example, I'll walk you through another report which I have. So let's say that this is an in-house dashboard which we have built, and once it load, you can see that a lot of information about the data. So this particular platform provides you about the sharing and collaboration feature, that it's not that earlier, like if you have to share a file with someone, let's say an Excel file. So what would you do? You would probably share that Excel file, and then they need to have that desktop software with them. But having it's in the cloud, it is all URL based, and once you publish it to the cloud, the report will be with the person with whom you're sharing. Now coming to the Power BI report server, I said, right, Power BI supports both on-prem and the cloud. So this is the on-prem solution, where let's say that you have the data which concerns you and you don't really want to publish to the cloud. This Power BI report server helps you in taking of that. You can have your all your information in the data set published in-house, and it can be still used as beautiful as you publish into the Power BI cloud. And the last option into the ecosystem what we have is the Power BI mobile. If you can download the Power BI mobile and see that it is available for both iOS and the Android. And using the same credentials which you are using in your Power BI cloud or on the Power BI server, you can log in into your mobile and the Android as well. So in terms of when you talk about the activities, right, that what generally a common flow looks like, that first you need to have the Power BI desktop in your system using which you will create a report. Now, once you have created a report using the Power BI desktop, then the next would be that how do we create a report basically, right? What does the report is going to contain? So a report is basically going to contain the data set. Report is going to contain your data model, which you will be building using your Power BI desktop, and then the report will be creating the different charts and visualizations as well. Okay, and then once everything is combined together, then we'll have the option to apply the security. Example, let's say that the report which I have created, I don't want to share that report with everyone in my organization. So I am very going to bit curious, or that I don't want everyone to see the report which I have created, okay, or the data set. So I can give access of that report to the selected users that can be managed inside the cloud. And then whoever is that user should be allowed to have access. They will have the access, they can see the data. Example, if you have a manager should see all the data, but their subordinates might see only the few data set which is applicable for them. So having said that, these information help us in restricting the access to the data set, and that is where the Power BI cloud will help us in the security point of view also. And in the end, again, I said that if you have an ecosystem where you are using your mobile and you want to check the reports on the go, Power BI, the same report which has been published in the cloud, can be seen into the mobile as well. So here is a more defined, structured flow of the work in Power BI. How does it work is, Power BI first connect to the data source. For example, let's say that I have this particular report. Okay, if you can see that this is an energy consumption data dashboard what we have. Now, this dashboard is built on the different data sources which we have. It includes the data sources from Excel. It includes the data source from your, cloud. So example, you can see this is the data source which I'm using right now with the name energy consumption dataset.xls. And that particular data set contains different sheets, and those sheets, what I have done is they talk about the data of a building master. They talk about the data of the energy consumptions across the different months. And then, how the rates are there for the energy across. What is the energy rate for the water? What is for the gas and the electricity, right? Now, as you can see, we have the three different tables available with us here. And so what my first priority is, using the Power BI desktop, somehow I need to establish the relationship between them. So how can I establish the relationship? That is where the data modeling comes into picture in Power BI. And you can see that if there are the particular keys are available in Power BI, then what needs to be done is we can connect those details with the help of our Power BI data modeling. So here you can see I have connected the building. So there is a link and relationship between as a energy consumption per building, and at the same time there is a link between the energy consumption and the energy type as well. Okay, so this gives us the flexibility to slice and dice our data. Example, now if this data model won't be there, then I'll not be able to see the appropriate result set. Now traditionally what should we have done is we would have created this data model in somewhere, in a SQL database. But as I said, Power BI does support the data modeling. So having said that, we can connect everything into this particular data model here and define all the relationship, which can be, single directional or the bidirectional as well. Once these data set is there, now let's say that you want to transform the data. So when it comes to the transformation of the data inside the Power BI, the first thing what we said was that we have a Power Query. Now you can see that here in this particular data set, which I have applied different transformation. Example, I have promoted the headers, I have changed the data type here. Okay. And I mean, there are some of the other operations which have been implemented. Like I have the option to, there are the multiple operations which we can do. Based on that operation, how does now the final data looks like? The final data is in a transformed mode as compared to what we will have in a non-transformational, right? So with this particular option of having the data in a transform mode as compared to the data which we have non-transform mode gives us the flexibility to work with that data set. And finally, if you will see, as I said, we have these different visualizations, which is available. And using these visualizations, we can create our graphs, we can create our pie chart, we can format the data set based on what we have, the different legends can be provided, color coding can be given. And not just that, on the back end, there is a lot of calculations also has been done, which we call measures. Example, in this case, I want to calculate the energy consumption unit based on the price per unit. Then I want to calculate the unit consumed. So all these calculations, which we would have done outside Power BI in a database, now it is being all done on the fly. And with this, the data model becomes very, less heavy. Example, if I will store this information, okay, someone is saying, if we store this data outside the Power BI, then it will be difficult because then you have to interact with an external source. And to avoid that, all these calculations has been done inside the Power BI. So that is where now when you connect with any data source into the Power BI, you will be able to transform the data. You will be able to build your visualizations, how we have done it here. And then you can navigate between these different visualizations also one by one. And finally, once this dashboard is published, this can be shared across with your different team members as well. So coming back to the flow of the work in Power BI, you can say the workflow in the Power BI looks is a structured data. That is where, we talk about the data extraction, transformation, modeling, visualization and sharing. And that is a part of the Power Query. Once we connect to the data sources like Excel and the cloud services, which have just explained, and then the data goes into the Power Query ecosystem where we will transform the data. We will apply the different rules. You want to filter the data, remove any null values, etc. That can be done. Once the data is into the Power BI desktop, I have showcased you that, we will have the relationship between our data set, defining the tables, calculated columns. And once the data is ready, then how we have, created this multiple visualizations that can be built on top of that. And finally, how we have showcased.
Sahil, just go a little slow. The people, are not maybe not comfortable to have this kind of pace. So go a little
Surely,
slow.
surely. So here, if you will see, right, these Power BI reports are then finally published to the Power BI service where this can be scheduled. We will have an automatic refresh and we can have the access across the devices. Okay. Now, and the finally, once a report is ready, the another beauty about the Power BI, let's say that you're working in an organization where you want to publish and embed this inside your organization, example, in any .NET application or a Java or, Python. So Power BI allows with an option called Power BI Embedded, which is one of the great feature in Power BI. And with the help of that, you can bring that report inside your application even without logging into Power BI, right? So that is where you can take this to the next level altogether, and you can have your in-house solutions built which can further share it with your customers as well. And they will not be even that does not even allow them to log in into that does not even require them to log into Power BI. Everything can be managed with the help of the Power BI ecosystem. A comparison now in the today's market, when we will look into the different tools and the options I have available, right? I can see there are the other tools are also available, which is, in line how Power BI works. But now how Power BI is better than as compared to all of them is something which is very interesting to understand. So before we proceed further, anyone any questions by now, please feel free to, put this in the chat window. We have covered I've showcased you a few of the amazing things about Power BI here. Anything you would like to ask, anything else, we can take a 2 minute pause and, I'll allow everyone to speak or just type their questions in the chat window.
I think people are facing some problem in chat window, but I can allow them to talk. Chandralaya, I'm just allowing you.
Oh, they have issues in
Yeah.
accessing. Oh, okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, Chandralaya, we can hear you. Please.
Yeah, I had a question. So, if I am connecting to database like Oracle, where relationship is already set in the tables and getting this data to Power BI, is it necessary that the relationship should be
Yeah.
established again in order to generate the report as such?
Right. So the relationships which you have in any relational database, right, they're at the database level. Okay. So example, and what Power BI does, they are going to carry forward those relationships in the report, which will help you in the building the relationship faster. But a scenario where you have not just an Oracle database, you have another database, let's say SQL Server, okay, or an Excel data. So in that case, also you
Mhm.
need a report which needs to have a correlation between these two data sets, which is in hybrid in nature. So that is where Power BI relationships are necessary, because now you want to do the slice and dice of the data against the two different tables. And if they don't have the relationship, they will not be able to filter and provide you the accurate information.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Surely.
Anybody has any question? Please raise your hand. I will allow them to, speak. Or we'll have, a last 10 minutes to have any question and answer. Yes, Devraj. Devraj, you can unmute yourself. Devraj, do you have any question? No. Anybody else? Sahil, please continue.
All right. Sure. Thanks, Dinesh. So as we
Second,
are
I think Kundan is raising the hand. Let me allow him to speak.
surely.
Yes, Kundan?
Hello.
Yes, Kundan? Kundan, do you have any question?
No.
Am I audible, Kundan? Sahil, please proceed.
Surely, Dinesh. So as I was talking about the different tools available in the today's time, right, in the market, and they're all competing with each other. And we also should understand that, what platform is good for our personal growth, career growth, and when we are learning, what should be the platform which we'll be using. So why does Power BI stand out from all the other platforms which we have example that there are two major other platforms which is existing to the market as of today is Tableau and the ClickSense. The reason is first of all, Power BI comes as a part of Microsoft ecosystem. So if you are let's say familiar with Excel, it becomes very easy for you to adapt the syntax language. And then if you are already a Microsoft shop, you are using Office 365, which most of the people, is have somewhere use the Office 365. So it is again an ecosystem which is, allow you to use it. And moreover, on top of that, Azure is one of the largest player when it comes to the cloud technologies. And when it comes to the cloud platform, as Azure is one of the player again by the Microsoft, it has such a seamless connectivity and give you the chances to publish all the report into the Microsoft ecosystem. So this brings everything combined together, that you have your Excel on your fingertip, you have your Office 365 on your fingertip, you can connect to the SQL Server, which is again one of the database from the Microsoft, right? And Azure as well. But now at the same time, if you look for the other tools like Tableau and the ClickSense, right? Tableau is good for the exploration. They have the good visualization, but again, they don't have their any cloud ecosystem. Either they're dependent, on the third-party platforms. Now Tableau works with the Salesforce for that. But at the same time, when it comes to for the handling the large data or the deep analysis, right? Power BI again stands out because it has a lot of visualization. Power BI provides you currently more than 200 plus visualization, which in case of the Tableau is limited to 26 visualizations as of now. Similarly, when it comes to the ClickSense, the learning curve of the ClickSense is very, long. I mean, if you start learning today, the ClickSense, it would be a long journey to become a ClickSense developer or a ClickSense report developer. And the language, what they use, the mashup language, it is their proprietary. There's not much information about it. The community is not that strong. And yes, it does have the strong third-party integration, but the costing. Microsoft Power BI has the best costing when it comes to the market because again, it is a part of the pro and the premium options which you will get. And similarly, when it comes to the Tableau or the ClickSense, the costing goes on a high end. So even as an individual, if you're looking to sign up, you will find lot of free resources provided by the Microsoft to learn Power BI. Let's example, Microsoft Power BI desktop is free. But in case of Tableau, you get just 7 days of the 14 days or 7 days of the license, free license. But after that, you need to move towards a paid version, or you have to degrade yourself, downgrade yourself to the community version, which does not give you all the options to explore the Power BI, to explore the Tableau. Similarly, when it comes to the ClickSense, they also have a very closed ecosystem. You need to be a partner with them. And so from the enterprise point of view, Tableau and ClickSense have a visibility. But for as an individual, when you have to learn Power BI and build a career towards that, then in terms of the data analytics and the visualization, Microsoft Power BI stands far ahead as compared to any of its competitor. So not just this, if you talk about the tools like ClickSense or Oracle, they also have the same problem that from the learning point of view, the community support is not that great. You will not find a lot of solutions on the internet. And it just has happened not and these platforms like Tableau and ClickSense exist from more than 2 decades. On the other hand side, Power BI exists from less than a decade. So you can see that the community and the size which has grown for the Power BI over the period, considering that it's the large adaptability by the organizations also, it showcased that Power BI is definitely an industry leader. So what are the building blocks of Microsoft Power BI? That first, when you build, you will have to connect with the data set, which we have discussed and showcased. Once you have connected with the data set, let's say any data set, either it is an Excel or it is your Azure or it is RDBMS, SQL Server, Oracle. Once the data set is connected, then what you need to do is you need to build your data model. On the top of the data model, you will be building your visualizations. Combination of the different visualizations, we call it as a report in Power BI, and the combination of multiple reports together, we call it as a dashboard. And once we have a dashboard, on top of that, we can build a tile. So we can see that there are the different building blocks. They are all systematically defined when it comes to the Power BI ecosystem. As I just said, the different advantages what we have in the Power BI is It offers several advantages as it is one
Sahil,
of the.
people have some questions.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
surely.
so one is Padmini is asking, can we create report from Power BI cloud also?
Yes, yes, we can do that. Let me just give you a quick glimpse about it as well. Good question. Allow me a second to. So example now, right now we are in our, let's say in my workspace. And here what we can do is we can build a report. Okay. And once, so what is the basic thing we need a report is we need to have a data set available first. And for that, what we can do is we can use an Excel if we have, or if there is any manual data you need, or if there is existing data set which you have already. Example, I'll take any existing data set which I have. I'll select that, and what it will do is it will help me in building the report. So it is now Power BI has the AI integrated into as well. So with that, Power BI allows, yeah. So now you can see this report has been automatically generated by Power BI, but at the same time, if I want this report further to edit, I can just simply edit. I can add the new pages into the report. Okay, I can choose drag and drop what I need. Let's say that I need to have a sales amount displayed here in a visualization card. I can see that data set. I hope that answers your question. All right. So next I have is what is the difference?
While the
Mohammed,
another question is, what is the difference between
I,
Excel
I
and
can
Power BI?
yeah, I can see the questions, Dinesh.
Yeah.
So now see Excel, as I said, right? Excel is a tool using which you primarily, was storing the data. Okay. Yes, we can do some data analysis also when it comes to the Excel, but Power BI is a business intelligence tool. Okay. Now the difference between what is a business intelligence tool is you can connect with a multiple raw data set, gather the information around them, and find the hidden insights from your data. But on the another hand side, Excel was always used for the, capturing the smaller data set or quick analysis. And Power BI, as it is a cloud-based, sharing and the collaboration is the another feature which makes them different as compared to the Excel and Power BI. Power BI, if I have to tell you in one word, it is a business intelligence tool, and Excel is a tool which is more from the data analysis point of view. Where we can get detailed training on this does team. Yes, Harshad, we do provide the detailed training on that, and our team will reach out to you for the same. We are one of the Microsoft partner for the same, and we'll share the details as well. Please explain how to impose DAX in an easy way, surely. So no, when it comes to the DAX, right, we will have a definitely detailed class in our training, but just to give you a quick idea about it, the DAX as it stands for data analysis expression, right? What does a DAX do is consider that you have this your any existing report which I was showcasing. So this syntax which I have written here, right? This is a DAX expression where I'm doing a total cost by using an expression called sumx. I'm referring to my table energy consumption. And I'm just doing a simple calculation between the unit and the another column is unit price. So DAX is very much similar to how you write a syntax in your Excel. Okay. Yes, it is much better and faster and have a lot of another applications as well when it comes to analyzing the data. Right. So I think I have answered all of the questions as of now, guys.
Surya raised her hand. Let me allow to talk.
Sure.
Yes, Surya. Do you have any question, Surya Zakir Hussain? No. Go ahead, Sahil.
Okay. So moving further, as we talking about the Power BI, right? What are the advantages of Power BI? As we say that it has several advantages. It is a very powerful business intelligence tool. It is highly user friendly. You can just see that with a drag and drop, we were able to generate a report, and now Power BI has AI integrated into it. So now with the help of AI, you can build your reports within seconds. I mean, you can just build your reports and look into it, modify it as per that, and then Power BI does support something called natural language processing (NLP), where you can type your questions in the how we interact in the language, okay, human language, and Power BI will understand that and decode it as a visualization for you. Again, the seamless integration with the huge ecosystem of Microsoft, which include Excel, Power BI, SharePoint, SQL Server, and another so many different products which is available from Microsoft, makes is that such a tool, which is good to go if anyone is already part of the Microsoft ecosystem, or even if they are not, then it has a lot of integration with the third-party applications as well. Using the advanced analytical expressions like DAX gives us any advantage as compared to its competitor. And then I said, right, AI powered. So if you have seen this particular report, which I was just showcasing you a minute ago, this is not generated by me. This is completely generated by AI, right? So with this particular report generated by AI, it gives us the information that Power BI is working towards building an ecosystem which is having a lot of AI into it. And with that, you will be at a much faster speed to learn and understand things, and you will be ahead of your competition as well. So then the next, as I said, that cloud-based sharing, which is Power BI service, and the implementation of features like row-level security in the Azure Active Directory, which gives us the information, which helps us in securing your environment as well. So example, if you work in a company where there are a lot of people and you want to restrict your data, or you want to provide them the access using your Active Directory, then Power BI already have those features available. You don't need to look for any external solutions for the same. So that becomes one of the added advantage for the same. Moving further, so I have personally implemented multiple case studies using the Power BI desktop. One of them I would like to showcase here is, I've already showcased you one which is related to the energy consumption domain. You can see the dashboard is ready. Okay. And this dashboard, you can see that what basically we are showcasing here is that we are showcasing the consumption of water, we are showcasing the consumption of electricity, and we are showcasing the consumption of gas over the period of time into the different cities, how many unit has been consumed, what is the total cost for the same. Total cost by building has been described here, and at the same time, you have been given the option to have an interactivity, filter your data. You can filter the information further based on the city as well. And then on top of that, in case if you want the data to be filtered based on a particular date range, you can see that. So it's a completely interactive dashboard which we have developed for energy consumption customer which we have, right? And at the end, you can see that how it is interactive. By just clicking between on a button, I can navigate between my three different pages from my top itself. So this is again showcase that the capability Power BI have. You don't have to, and this is, we have not done any kind of external coding in terms of any scripting using Java or Python. It has all been done in-house. I mean, all using the Power BI functions what we have. So either you are from a healthcare domain, or either you are from a sales domain, Power BI is your go-to tool. You can understand the real-time sales. You can work with, inventory levels, regional performance to keep the track of your data, how your teams are performing across the globe. All the things can be done with the help of the Power BI on your fingertips. Now, the main thing which someone would be interested, that what happens to my career once I will learn the Power BI. So, as I said, Power BI is for anyone and everyone in the today's time. The reason is Power BI is a tool which can be used across the different industries. You are an analyst, okay, or you are a data visualization specialist, or you are a Power BI developer or a consultant, or you are a business intelligence consultant who is working on any another platform and now looking to switch to Power BI, or you are coming from the finance domain, even if you are a chartered accountant, or you are a graduate degree holder in any finance domain, or you even if you're an HR, right? Power BI has an application for anyone and everyone in the today's time, considering the ecosystem of the Power BI. Because when we talk about the Power BI, it's not alone. It is having a large ecosystem, which we call as the Power Platform ecosystem. So there are the major 8 job roles which we define across the organization in terms of the market size as well. And in the today's time, as we take all the decisions based on the data, and the data is, as we say, is a new oil, right? So considering that all the data-driven decisions are important, and Power BI can help you in providing and taking those decisions. Personally, if you will ask me about the growth of that, I till today in the last few years, I would have trained more than 10,000 individuals from the different domains and roles, and which speaks about that, Power BI is a widely adapted tool in the today's market. So what are the key trends if you talk about the Power BI job market? That it is growing adoption in terms of the enterprises. Many businesses, especially who are using the Microsoft Azure and the SQL, are adopting Power BI, which is increasing the job opportunities. It is having the competitive salaries. If you talk about the India market, or if you talk about the overseas market, the salary ranges are, this is from the US the point of view. But if you talk about the India data point as well, the salary range is between somewhere from 25 to 35 lakh for a Power BI developer user with the experience range of 4 to 5 years, I would say. And if you have the further skills, which gives you an advantage to learn and integrate AI in the advanced analytics as well, there is a lot of remote and the freelancer opportunities are available, considering, the Power BI is widely adapted, and it helps you in cross skilling as well. Let's say that you are already a full stack developer and you are looking to learn Python. So now you have a better skill set as compared to your competition. So yeah, this is about from this particular webinar. I would love to have the questions from you guys now, as you've asked few of the questions. Any other questions you have, feel free to let me know. Dinesh, over to you.
Well, there are some questions right in the
Yeah, I'm just looking
Q&A
in.
window.
Yeah. Due to AI rise, and is there a Power BI role has a significant role? Yes, definitely. Because now see, AI role. So one thing we need to understand in the today's time, right? AI is our friend. Okay, we can't treat AI as our enemy. And at the same time, AI has been integrated into the different ecosystem to help us. Okay, now example, you can see that what AI has done or stands as of today, it has created some analysis for me. But it is not something, which is 100% useful for me. So even in the future, when AI will be, because AI is not going for sure, we understand that. But AI is something which is not available at that level where, it is going to eat the job. AI is going to give you the better job opportunities and growth in your role as well, even as a Power BI developer. Is it possible to find a video that demonstrates how to use this? Yes, Arjun, our team will help you in sharing this particular video with you and some other reference material as well to you. Can you please tell page navigation work? Yes, Varsha. So page navigation, as I said, right? We have a feature called, basically there is something called page navigator when we talk about the Power BI. Okay. And with the help of the same, we can, work on the page navigation. So this is one of the feature which we have added available into the Power BI. You have the page view, layout, bookmarks, using which you can work on the different page navigation options. So example, when you see new visual model, one of them will be helpful in using the same. Can we use the Power BI in the current market analyze due to the change the input after some time? I have not understood your question, Devraj. If you can type it again or simplify it, it would be better. You need any help, Varsh? I mean, you reach out to our team. I'm not sure what is the issue you have when it comes to the fixing. Probably if you join our training program, we'll be able to guide you there. Can you please share the link to download the Microsoft tool? Yes, sure. I can just tell you that. You just have to go to the Google and say Power BI desktop, and you can see that there is going to be official link from the Microsoft Power BI, and there you go. So this is the link which you can use to download the Power BI. It is mandate to learn. No, it's not really. As I said, Power BI does not ask you to learn any other skill like SQL, Python, because it does have all the in-house inbuilt capabilities, which will help you. But if you have those skills, it is good to go, but it's not a mandate. Between Power BI and Oracle, how's Power BI? Power BI is more impactful because Power BI is having a very wide ecosystem integrity as compared to that. And the kind of features Power BI is launching on the day-to-day basis, no other platform is launching as of now. Right. Rupesh says that how will be uh, AI future. So AI future is something, which is not, I don't think so in the position to predict as of today, because AI is something which is still evolving. And, I think we have to just wait and watch for the same. Nayana, yes, definitely, Nayana, you can join our, training program to have a complete detail explanation about the Power BI, where we will walk you from step by step and make sure that, you learn all the possibilities which is there in the Power BI. Yes, Manoj, our team will share those details with you, how to enroll for the Power BI training and whatever the other details is required for the e-learning program.
Rupesh is asking, raise his hand. Let me allow him to talk. Rupesh, you can unmute yourself and talk if you wanted to be.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Power BI is the part of AI.
No, Power BI is a business intelligence tool from Microsoft.
Okay, these are different things.
Yes, they are the different things.
Because of in data scientist or AI course, I think BI also there involved.
So, see now what happens is when you learn data science, right? As soon as the data words comes into the picture, Power BI has its significance, because either you are looking for a track as a data scientist or you're looking for a track as a data engineering, right? The whole idea is that you know how to deal and manipulate your data, and get the insights about it. So that's why you might have a journey which includes Power BI as a part of your any other learning program which you're currently going through.
Okay, so I am interested for enroll, sir.
Surely our team will definitely reach out to you.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Sahil, some more questions are there.
yeah, surely. Krishna Kumar Kamli. Yes, so Krishna, as I said, right? So example, when we have created this dashboard here, which we have just showcased you on live example. I'll just showcase you once again. So you can see this is a live dashboard which we have created. What you need to do is you need to understand, you need to have some data set available with you. Once you have a data set available with you, then you can choose an appropriate visualization. And how does Power BI works that you can just drag and drop the different, the fields which you have, which you want to use it. Example, you want to analyze something called sales amount as a value against, let's say, your date, which is, let's say, due date. So with just by adding the certain fields, you can see that Power BI has created a visualization for you. And by adding the more visualizations, your dashboard and report would be created. What query language does use? So Power BI uses mQuery and DAX, which is the purpose of mQuery is to transform the data in the Power Query window. And the DAX is for the data analysis expression. But there are the things, like example, this particular visualization Power BI has created by its own, but in the backend, they're using the DAX. So we don't have to worry much about learning any specific language like SQL or Python, because Power BI ecosystem is more flexible and have the flexibility to learn the things, as they're required, and, more on the drag and drop approach as well. So how to create measures? Measures we create when we are into the Power BI desktop. So example here, if you will see, we have created two measures, and the purpose of the measure is when you want to do any on-the-fly computation, that time you need to create the measures as well. Can anyone with the background will achieve? Yes. So I mean, I'm not sure when you say Sana achieve, if you mean that you want to learn Power BI and you have a background SQL and PL/SQL. Yes, you are the right candidate to learn this because you already have understanding what the database is, SQL, which, and to be a business intelligence developer, Power BI would be a good fit for your career. Actual market pricing every second is changed as per the market condition. Power BI is working. Yes, you can connect with a live data source also in Power BI, and it does supports the streaming data set as well when it comes to any live prediction. Why should we use Power BI? So as we discuss about the advantages, right? If you are looking to build your career in the field of data analytics, visualization, or transitioning your career, then Power BI is one of the most widely used tool in the today's time, a platform, and it gives you a lot of opportunities as compared to any other platform which is available. What is dashboard in Power BI? So dashboard in Power BI is where you combine the multiple reports together into the Power BI cloud. That is where the dashboard will be built. So example, if you go to a workspace, and here you have an option to create a dashboard. And what does this dashboard is going to do is it will allow you to bring your data from the different reports. Example, now let's say that I have this particular my workspace. Okay, and what I can do is, as I have this particular report, I get the flexibility to combine the different reports by pinning these visualizations into my dashboard. So I can go here and I can see this flexibility to pin the visualization in any of my existing dashboard. And yeah, here you can see. So this is what the dashboard is. You can pin the visualization from the different reports and can ask the questions accordingly. How to export data in Power BI, probably, we'll be able to answer this once if you take the training, because there's a different ways when you talk about the export and import of the data. Disadvantages when you talk about the Power BI is, I would say, I mean, there are no as such disadvantages. Only thing, if you are already a pro into any another existing application, you might find that you have to learn Power BI to keep up with the today's market. But in terms of a tool, it is one of the most efficient tool which is there when it comes to the data visualization. Okay, there's a need to drop off. Thanks for the session. All right, thanks everyone.
Krishna Kamble, I have unmuted you. Please feel free to ask any question as you have raised the hand.
Yeah, hello, Tom.
Yeah, Kamble.
Yeah, sir, can you export the data in Power BI, sir? Please show it. So, actually, I try to multiple times, sir, in creating in dashboard in Power BI, but I'm unable to create. So,
I mean, you can see there are the methods using which you can export the data in Power BI for sure. Okay, I mean, it would be a bit long topic to talk about it. Just a quick, if you're looking to export data from any of the visualization, you can go to the visualization and say that, export the data, and then, you can save the report, save that particular data in a CSV format.
Pramod Kumar Patra, do you have any question? Turiya Zakir Hussain, Please unmute yourself and ask any questions if you have. Guys, you can write questions in your Q&A box or raise your hand so that I can unmute yourself and permit you to speak. Yes, Sweta?
Hello. Yeah, I have one query. So nowadays it's coming Microsoft Fabric. So what is the advantage of MS Fabric in future?
So Microsoft Power BI and combination of the different other technologies, Microsoft has rebranded it as a Fabric. So example, if I'll just reshare my screen. Give me a second.
Yeah.
So So you can see this, right? When we log in here, okay? So how does Microsoft is it? It's like they're rebranding, they're including a lot of other features also, and the new name of the Power BI ecosystem now it is Microsoft Fabric, okay? But the tool using which we will build the report that will remain same, but the new advantage features like they are integrating a lot of AI, they are integrating a lot of machine learning into it, and the features like large data models, advanced data models, those are the new features which is coming. So, and as it is a part of the same ecosystem, so Microsoft is rebranding it as a Fabric. But in short, if you will see, for us right now, still it is a Fabric. But in terms of a licensing, they started renaming it from instead of Power BI as a Microsoft Fabric. It has a lot of AI advantages which has been getting introduced, and that's why this whole rename of the ecosystem is happening.
Okay, so mostly it means it's mostly it's used for we can say for integration.
Yes, you
Right?
can say mostly it is being used from the integration point of view, but if you are looking to understand Power BI, okay, then you still need to start with the same Power BI desktop and Power BI cloud. And then when it comes to the different licenses, okay, if you go into the mode that where you are building any advanced, not advanced report, I would say, let's say you're integrating any AI or machine learning model, that
Mm-hmm.
is from the licensing point of view, yes, this a fabric licenses we need to procure for the same. But to start with, the things would remain same.
Means it base will be same. Only we have to whatever they are modifying internally, we have to look out according to that.
Right.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, if nobody has a question, uh, anyone, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Last 1 minute. So guys, this is a kind of glimpse of the Power BI. What is Power BI? What sort of benefit of Power BI? What are the features of Power BI? What is the strength of Power BI? What is the market size of Power BI? What are the job opportunities in the area of Power BI? If you are a Power BI expert, what sort of salary you can really earn, right? And how you can work in the uh, data visualization industry, right? Each and every company, they are looking a visualization expert these days because the decisions are happening right on based on the data and all. uh, this is very interesting and useful, the data visualization tool to learn. I'm sure lot many of you are already aware about the Power BI tool. They can also do a deep dive. We have the course related to the basic of Power BI, as well as the advanced level of advanced course, in Power BI as well. Each and every course under the advanced technology, advanced, stage will have lots of use cases, case studies, and the project work as well. Uh, the training will happen theoretical as well as the practical base. Your instructor would be in front of you to ask any questions and etc. And he will sort out the queries and all entire trainings will happen over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. For further detail, please feel free to write to us, right on the email ID called digitallearning@teamlease.com. Uh, Sahil would be your instructor for the sessions related to the data visualizations, right? If you have any questions, feel free to ask, or if we are not able to answer your questions, right, you can write back to us. We will be happy to answer your questions over the email as well. I will send the recording of this meeting and the workshop to you along with a thank you note. And if you have any further questions, you can reply back to us. I think Pranay has some questions. Let me unmute you. Pranay, you can ask your question, please.
Sir, after completed training,
Mhm.
will provide certificates of Power BI?
Yes. Yes. So there are two type of certificate, Pranay. A, you will get a participation certificate from TeamLease Digital, right? And the another type of certification is a global certification from Microsoft. If
Yeah.
you want that certification too, you need to sit into the examination of Microsoft Power BI. Then once you will clear that examination, Microsoft will award you the certificate and you will become a Microsoft certified Power BI expert.
So, sir, TeamLease company is a conductor of Power BI examination global.
Yes. So we are a partner, right? Learning partner of Microsoft, right? We are authorized to conduct the training under any product of the Microsoft or any other OEMs as well. We help the candidates to train. We help the candidate to upskill. We help the candidate to get certified as well. We can provide you the certification voucher on a very discounted cost per net. Hope I have answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Yes, Sid.
What is the cost of this training and course duration, Power BI?
So say we will get back to you. There are two type of the course. One is the foundation level course, which is of 4 to 8 hours, right? And another is the advanced level of course, whose duration would be approximately 24 hours. The cost of these both the programs are different. Our team will reach out to you, Sevia, or you can write email
Yes.
to us at digitallearning@teamlease.com.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Clifford Fernandez, do you have any question?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, gentlemen. Uh, I'm sure you have now the idea about the, strength of Power BI. Now you have an idea what Power BI, can do, how Power BI can help, in our growth, in our professional journey. And what is the market size of Power BI? If we are a Power BI expert, right, then we can get a better opportunity, better job, and there will be a growth in this segment as well. You can grow yourself in your professional journey by upgrading your skills, right, in the area of data visualization, data analytics, right, and etc. You should be the future ready once you will upgrade your skills in your respective area. I mean, whether it is Power BI, whether it is any other tools and technologies too. Having said that, right, I mean, this is an opportunity for all of you. I mean, you can avail this, opportunity from TeamLease to really upgrade your skills, right? No matter which technology it is, but this is an initiative of TeamLease, wherein we are providing you the platform to upgrade your skills to, upskill you so that you will be, you know, future ready, and you can grow yourself within the organization as well. Having said that, thank you so much for your time, and thanks, Sahil, to take out the time for this, workshop. I'm sure the people who have joined this session, they must have, learned something, and they will definitely, try Power BI into their, capacity once in their life.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for joining in. We'll send you the recording as well as the material and probably the PPT as well, right, for your reference purpose. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you. You? You?
Yes.